Alright, Julian, can you do me a massive favour and introduce the Legion spells for us?
Yes,
I've got... There's something to talk about before the spells.
Kingdanzz picking chaos. And by the way, one more thing. Kingdanzz tagline. Don't pick castle or else.
Yeah.
And what did Widderson pick?
Castle.
Oh, already they are molding.
But Widderson not quite as skilled as he was when he played against me and you on the ladder earlier. Like, he's playing castle, but he didn't roll Priestess Mask for some reason, which I think is a bit of a skill issue right there. Like, a good player would have rolled Priestess Mask here.
Oh, absolutely. I would have rolled Priestess and Mask. Yeah. But he did roll Looter, so he can abuse pack rats.
Which is pretty solid. Good. And this is a really good opener as well.
Yeah, the double Looter, 10 out of 10 would do again.
Widderson, he's baiting the casters.
Of course.
Oh. Quacker, I'm not loving his role, and Shea, I am really not loving his role either. I think Kingdanzz and I mean, we can't really talk about Kingdanz's role, right? But
Can we not?
Yeah, the double spaced out Tempest.
I think Widderson was re-rolling. And just put down 2 looters in case he re-rolls the tier 1.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Okay. And Shea really with the Sakura opener. I mean, that's just 0 pressure for Widderson, so he can have a pretty free game now with his Wildshroom Angler Pack Rat build. I think Widderson might just end up rolling away with this. We can't really talk about Kingdanz's role, obviously, because he's playing Chaos, which just means there is no forward planning.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, you don't need to plan forward if you can perfectly read what the enemy is gonna do, like Kingdanzz can.
Yeah.
So he can just play Chaos and then figure out what to do from there.
Yeah. Just build the best unit on every wave, right?
Yeah, exactly. But Shea has Looter with Sakura. I haven't played that. I think it has to be very strong. Because I consider Sakura a strong opening. And Pack Rat just feeds right into that, right?
Yeah. And Shea staying on the 2 workers, going with the Pack Rat, like you say. So he knows that he's really slow in this opener. And I think the Pack Rat actually covers some of those weaknesses quite well, because it gives a lot more Mythium per gold in the early game than workers do, right?
Yeah.
And it also uses his gold more effectively with the Sakura. Like, the Sakura has something like 83 gold after wave 1, which means you can push 1 worker and then sit there with 30 gold doing nothing until halfway through wave 2. So the Pack Rat uses that gold way more efficiently, gets more Mythium than he would have done with a single worker, and crucially, when he is feeling under pressure on like wave 7 and 10, for example, he can just have all that extra value pop up out of the ground to help him hold the wave.
Yeah, exactly. And also Sakura is a very fast clearing opener, usually. So, you know, you have quick waves, which you really want for Pack Rat.
Yep. Now, Kingdanzz here receiving a lizard. It's going to leak quite a lot, actually. But what is this? Because he actually was quite skilled in his role to get the Gargoyle, the Wildshroom here.
That's his wave 4 roll.
Oh, this is wave 4 roll. No, it's not. It's not.
It is.
It changes in the build phase, no?
No. It changes on wave start. That was changed like 2 years ago because Chaos was horribly underpowered.
Ah, well, I'm getting old.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm getting old, I've been old, I am old.
It's okay. It's okay, Ben.
I mean, to be in my defense, I would never play Chaos, so...
Yeah, that makes you a nicer human being than Kingdanzz.
Yeah. YOLO or no balls.
Exactly. I'm so surprised why Quacker is not putting the 2 Tempests next to each other. Like, that way he has to put 1 more Tempest in the middle if he ever wants to, like, use a Leviathan aura.
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
you never really want a Leviathan aura. Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want a Leviathan aura just buffing a single Tempest and nothing else anyway. So I think it's fine, and maybe you get better aggro. It looks like he's got pretty nice aggro here.
Yeah. But I don't think he would have leaked with put them together because he's on enough value and it's income king.
Yeah. Shea and Quacker both have the power of value right here.
Yeah. But they are not, like, they are ahead in workers now, but obviously, like, okay, Power Score also says they are ahead, but you can't disregard the fact that Widderson is on Chaos. Castle, and Kingdanzz is on Chaos, so they will be stronger in the late game, just naturally due to their mastermind options.
Now, Widderson's got that Castle power spike looming, but also the Kingpin power spike. So, you know, post wave 10, he's not only going to have the plus 45 income, he's also going to have all of that bonus value that you get when you upgrade your Kingpin. So he's going to have like a slower early game, sure, be a little bit behind the other players until first the Kingpin power spike comes online around wave 7, 8 most likely, and then of course the Castle power spike on 11.
Yeah. And then they can play around like mid-game aggression, which they are very, very good at, using their power spikes correctly. And now King got a send with Violet Nightmare, and he's going to be strong on 6 and 7, so I expect him to push very, very hard, and probably aim for a wave 7 send to punish the Sakura, even though there is a casket, so there's a chance he inks here. No, he doesn't.
Okay, and Shea is going for the Cannoneer send here into Widderson, who is still hunting his pack rat. He's not feeling the pressure here. Of course, he has a canopy with lifesteal. What am I talking about? He's obviously hunting his pack rat here.
Yeah, I mean, even if he was to leak very small, it's fine for him. But I don't think he will, because Canopy is very strong on wave 6. Yeah. And Shea isn't even full sending. He's keeping some with you.
Yeah. But when does he hope to leak Widderson then? Because, like, he just has a free wave 7 now with the lifesteal canopy, and for wave 8 he's just going to have that big stacked Kingpin with lifesteal, so Widderson's got a pretty easy game mapped out for himself now.
Oh yeah, and King is pushing really hard off of the send now. He already pushed 2 workers. I think he wants to break the Sakura next. Or they want to go for a big leak on 8, I don't know. No, he's going 7.
Okay. Now, how is Shea going to do? Well, he has an Iron Maiden, so I think he's going to do just fine. We still could see the Sakura dying, depending how the aggro pulls. Yeah, the pack rat is a little bit greedy.
I mean, he's essentially on value, so I understand why he's hunting. Let's see how it goes. If his Sakura lives, then he's very, very happy. If it dies, he's going to be very sad.
Hey, he's +5 with an Iron Maiden on wave 7. I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he should be fine. But the one spell only hits half the wave? Probably still.
Widderson was actually pretty undervalued here, and Shea only sent a Fiend and a King up.
Yeah, but he's always fine with lifesteal Canopy against an 80 send on this wave.
And Shea does protect his Sakura, so those hits will live to see another day.
12 workers on Kingdanzz, though.
Oh, that is pretty juicy. And Wilson's starting to catch up now on 8 workers and 1,000 value. There's that Kingpin power spike we were talking about. And he just has the easiest game now. He's going to receive a resend here from Shea on wave 8. He's just going to push infinite workers.
Yeah, he's got to push all of the workers that he can. Just one thing I want to mention is that he doesn't really have expensive units in his role, and he did already reroll on wave 1. So even though he will have a castle power spike, he doesn't really have a great sort of late game.
True. Yeah, he really doesn't have a late game at all. His most expensive unit is Butcher, which is an aura, so he doesn't have a carry unit.
So I think he will end up having to... Like, I think King and Widder will have to play around the mid-game, where they have a very strong advantage.
Yeah. But they're going to have to start going for some starts, right? Because if this game goes hyper late, I don't really see... I mean, Widderson, he just can't scale past, like, wave 13, really.
Yeah, I think he's fine on 14, but after wave 14, he's going to struggle. And then it depends what Kingdanzz rolls. But they have a worker lead, and they have a ton of Mythium saved up. So I'm curious to see when they will go. Probably wave 10, just looking at Quacker and Shea because of the Sakura.
Yeah. Now, Quacker looks pretty strong on 10 with the Leviathan Circle, but Widderson has a lot of Mythium as well, right? So, like, an Ogre and a Mole is going to put paid to his hopes and dreams there, I think.
Yeah, ideally you want to send a Siege Ram, I think, but he's not going to get it. But we should mention Shea is staying on 8 workers, but he does have 2 pack words, which he can unhunt. And he's already on plus 90 value, staying true to himself. So I think he might just be fine, despite not having the best units for wave 10.
Yeah, there's that Ogre from Widderson. I don't think he'll skip income for the Mole. In fact, the wave is too short, so he wouldn't get it anyway.
He is skipping income.
Oh wait, he has a rat! I forgot about the rat, that's more Mythium.
If he pushes 1 worker instantly, he gets it, but I don't think he will.
Oh, he's going to be so close, though. Like
he doesn't get it.
No, he doesn't. He's going to be like 3 or 4 Mythium away from it.
Yeah. Wonder what he's going to send.
And Shea is saving here. But Shea has 1,610 value on wave 10.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be fine.
I don't think he will be fine. Most of it is very bad value on wave 10.
Yeah, true. Let's see. He does kill the Brute instantly.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he's not sniping the Ogre, so that's going to get its damage in.
He's not attacking it, though.
Yeah. Bit of partial focus. Now the gate creeps, the AoE creeps are on it.
Oh.
Hey, he will kill it, though, actually. That's pretty good. But yeah, that's going to be elite.
Pretty big.
And elite from Quacker as well, who did very well, actually, against the 300 send. And Kingdanzz
that's the problem with Sakura. Like, on your weak waves, you are just so weak because you have essentially like 400 of your value is in that magic damage unit that doesn't really tank on wave 10.
Yeah. And just does 0 damage there as well.
Yeah.
But Widderson is never getting stronger than he is right now.
Yeah.
You know, his role is topped out here, 11 and 12, his best waves in the game, his Castle Power Spike is there, his Kingpin Power Spike has already been online for a few waves, but he will start to fall off from this point on. Like, his role is just not getting any stronger than it is right now.
Yeah. And we have Shea and Quacker saving, so they are sort of putting pressure on Kingdanzz and Widderson, so they can't really giga push and scale or giga push and go for a kill play with the mid-game power spike that they hit.
Yeah. Worth pointing out that Shea is starving while having 9 workers, so that's a bit less pressure than it might otherwise have been. Now, he has got 2 pack rats, so that helps. And a double Sakura.
He's going for the scale. He's going for the scaling.
Yeah.
But he's on 100 income, with Widderson being on almost 200 income.
Yeah, that is the problem.
That is a bit of a problem, because even if the Sakuras, like, if they get a stack per wave, and they get 2 after wave 10, that's 60 gold per wave that he's gaining for free. But he's losing 97 to Widderson every wave. So even though it looks like he's gaining a lot, he is actually not.
Yeah, that's true. Villain on the Sakura as well is fine. But it's not the same as villain on a melee unit, right? Like, you get twice the benefit from a melee villain than you do with a ranged villain.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what their play is. Do they all go 13? Is that the plan here, or...?
I wonder if it's just, like, straight 14 from Shea and Quacker. Because 13 is actually looking pretty good for Widderson and Kingdanzz. Like, obviously, Kingpin is weak there, but he has a bunch of Orchids. And no, here comes the 13 cent.
Yeah, I don't think this is a great play. I wonder if King and Widder are gonna save. Kingdanzz just full shifted here, by the way. He shifted like 400 gold in hopes of rolling a better unit for next. Which...
And he didn't, but he already had the Arctear upgrade available, so he goes for that, which I think is a fine play.
Maybe he's gonna go for a King Claw or an Ocean Templar. Ocean Templar obviously being a very, very strong unit for the future.
Yeah.
And they go for Income King, realizing that the Scent is gonna come here, so very good read from them.
Yeah, but they're both on value. Like, Widderson, when he finishes building, he's going to be minus 30. Kingdanzz is going to be minus 100. And their builds are certainly not weak on this wave. And they both have villain as well, which is perfect on 13.
Oh, yeah. think they will just hold, to be honest.
I think this send was a mistake. I think they needed to go straight 14 or even 15 from Shea and Quacker.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if you stay that low workers.
Now, Widderson's Kingpin not tanking for his Orchids, but it just doesn't matter. He's easily holding. It's not even close.
King is also easy holding.
Kingdanzz, yeah. This is starting to look quite rough now for I Am Sheaker. This was their big play. Shea starved a long time for this. And Widderson's just not even remotely phased.
Yeah. And now he's just gonna hunt and push workers. But not too many, I guess.
I think if I was Widderson, I'd just make 3 pack rats here and hunt them all.
Yeah.
Just have that pocket value for when you need it.
Yeah. Yeah, but like obviously you're expecting a send on 16 now, right? Or do they expect 15 maybe?
I would expect 16, yeah, but I mean, like, you just can't really plan against chaos. And Widderson is actually not looking bad on 16 with the Orchid spam.
Yeah. Oh, did Shea kill his one Sakura? Is it dying?
Oh, the villain. It's
the villain Sakura.
One more slug is hacking it, and it goes down. Minus
That's
60 value for Shea.
No, minus 30.
Minus 30. No, minus
this
60.
One
I was right
well.
first time. There he goes. Sakura number 2.
Oh, they go 15. Okay, yeah, with this leak, I can understand it. I mean,
but King and Widderson have got to be ready for this now, seeing that Shea leaks to no send. Kind of an indication that he's pushed pretty hard.
Yeah, and they want to force the send on their strong wave, where Quacker has Azaria Steed, which is kind of, it is a good play, but maybe they needed to commit even harder for this. With like a full suicide, because they're already behind. Like, what are you gonna lose? If they don't send here, you're always like losing, and if they send here to match you, Quacker just holds, right? And then you get a 17 all in or something.
Now Widderson is fully boosting, so that's 80 gold into his Orchids, but that should give him a hold here. The send is really not that big from Shea. And Kingdanzz actually not really rolling anything for this wave, but does harden his golem, so he does anticipate the send.
And we have the looter spam from Widderson as well.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah,
I
think
King
is gonna leak.
There, but it's fine.
I think King is gonna leak massively.
King should
here.
leak. Like, he's really undervalued with not great units on this wave.
But then again, does it really matter? You know, even if Widderson also leaks, which he probably doesn't, they can never die here because of tenacity.
Yeah.
And then they can probably go for a kill on either 16 or 17, whatever they want.
I think Widderson will leak. Oh, well, that has lifesteal, actually.
He will leak, but just the 4 hours.
Double shutdown, so that's 100 gold each for Shea and Quacker. But yeah, Kingdanzz and Widderson, they saved past this. And sure, they're going to take some damage here, like 30%, 40%, but they don't come close to dying, and now they can just go whenever they want with that crazy amount of Mythium. And whenever they want happens to be wave 16.
Is now, yeah, exactly. And Quacker and Shea are saving, which is very, very dangerous, because they are not at 100% king, so they can die. If they would be at 100%, I don't think they can actually die here. And they don't have any spell upgrades, so they can't just hope to survive with 75% king and, you know, leaking 100% each.
Yeah, Shea's also building for 17 with the Hellgate. I think they just expected that they wouldn't be able to send after receiving a send themselves on 15. They're probably thinking it's going to come on 17, but they're going to be rudely surprised, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine to gamble because they are behind, but I think they have lost this. Yeah, I think they've lost this gamble.
The Needler is wasting all of its time attacking White Manes and Antlers, but I just don't really think it matters.
Yeah, it's still, of course, going to be like Hellgates on 16, which are crazy strong.
No Ocean Templar Aura for the Hellgates, though. No White Mane either.
Yeah, so it's gonna be big leaks, but is this enough to kill them? Are we sure about this? I'm not sure about this with New King.
And there's no spell upgrades at all. And there's 2 Needlers. I feel like they should die, but I just don't know.
You never know. First, it looks like they will die for sure, and then tenacity kicks in.
Yeah.
And then everything does like 0 damage.
Oh, one more spell.
Oh! Oh!
Victory.
Wow. One spell upgrade, and they would have survived.
Yeah, but I don't think they would have won the game.
That was, yeah, they were pretty far behind at that point.
Yeah.
But, wow, I mean, Widderson showing that he doesn't need a good roll to win these games. That was his castle game.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it... I mean, it's not a bad roll. Like, I wouldn't call it a bad roll.
Yeah, it's a good
decent
early game roll, right? And it was really good against the Sakura start, because he could just play very aggressive, hunt his rat every wave, get all of that bonus Mythium, and we saw there wasn't really any aggressive plays made until wave 10, where both Quacker and Shea leak, they take 30% king damage, and then Kingdanzz and Widderson, they kind of just chill, send a bit of income on 13 to guarantee their hold there. And then they just go for this kill on 16, so they accept the leaks on 15, give away a bit of a shutdown, but they know they can't die with a fully upgraded king and tenacity, so they just go for these massive sends on 16. And yeah. That's game one. So well played, Abrasiert.
Yeah, well played, Abrasiert. That's a very strong showing, especially since King didn't get a great Chaos RNG. So he really played well around his options.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
His
And
role
Widderson
certainly
played
could
very
have been
well.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, and Widder played very well with his castle, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he did. And really good use of the rats and the boost there from Widderson. It seems like every time there was a send, he boosted his orchids. Every time there wasn't a send, he hunted his rats. Like, this was just solid all-around play from these guys, which I guess is what we expect from Abrasiert.
Yeah, they just read the game perfectly, which is what they are known for, which is, yeah, very, very impressive.
Mm-hmm. All right, so game number 2 is about to start. Can Shea and Quacker bring it back? Can they tie the series? Will we see a game 3? Or are Abrasiert too strong, going to 2-0 their opponents and wipe the board with them? What do you think?
Well, this game was a super strong showing, so I don't want to bet against King and Widder, but I would really love to see 3 games. Yeah. So I'm just gonna say Shea and Quacker will do it. And I hope that Shea doesn't go for a Sakura again, with like trying to outscale Kingdanzz and Widder. I think that's the wrong approach to the game.
I think you need to be more aggressive against Kingdanzz and Widderson, right? Like, they both play very greedy in the early game. Widderson especially, I think, normally plays quite greedy. And yeah, like if you're going a 2-worker opener against him, he's just going to have free reign, and that's exactly what we saw in game 1.
Yep. But Widder can't pick Castle again, and Kingdanzz can't pick Chaos again. So their strongest options, obviously, that they have, which they picked for game 1, are going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what they go for now. But I wouldn't say that Widderson and Kingdanzz don't have like a deep mastermind option pool.
Oh, for sure. Like both of them can play everything. That's just a given at this level of the game, right?
Yeah. I think everyone at this level of the game can play every mastermind option decently.
I think Widderson and Kingdanzz can play every mastermind option very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, Kingdanzz lock-in performances haven't been that great, but mainly because he locks in Looter or Ranger.
Yes.
And then does some troll build with it. So...
Alright, well, enough guessing from the casters. Let's see what these guys are going to pick as game number 2 is underway.
Oof. Greed and cash out.
Cartel and redraw from Widderson. Interesting.
Redraw. Really? The Quacker special. Oof.
I mean, his starting role is already very good.
Yeah. See, he could have just picked Greed and had 2 more income. What's he doing there? He's not starting Mask. Come on, Widderson, you're not...
He's just baiting the casters.
Oh no, he's re-rolling. He's re-rolling already. He's doing what he did last time. He's putting the Mask there and trying to find something good. In case he wants to re-roll the Mask. He wants to have the option to build like 1 Hellraiser or something for the early game, probably.
Yeah.
And now he can re-roll his Mask for a different tier 1 if he wants.
That's reasonable.
Shea rolling the Priestess with Steed and Elite Archer. I think that's a very decent, very good roll, especially with the Buzz for the early game.
The Buzz really opens it up, because you're kind of only weak on 4 in the very early game, and the Consort obviously is amazing there, so...
Yeah. What is Quacker doing? He's doing an LOD start with Pack Rat.
Okay, that's interesting. So he can stay low workers, he can hunt his rat, he can get that LOD out on wave 3.
Oh. And Kingdanzz starting with the double treasure hunt gate guard, and he's getting snailed. Let's see if he can get a good RNG, but he does not, I think.
That's a nice call there from Shea to send the snail, and it will kind of disadvantage Kingdanzz because he wants a fast wave for his looters, but not really, right? Like, he's absolutely fine to leak here. 3 creeps against the snail.
The leak is very small nowadays with gate guard, and the thing is, like, he did king up into the Graal, which usually is very good for the Graal, because then he can stay Graal, push, and, you know, get LOD or whatever he wants on wave 3. But now he can't, because Kingdanzz is on 3 workers, and with the double treasure hunt, he can resend 40. So if Quacker, like, hunts here, and doesn't add, he's just gonna leak to the DT very, very hard.
Yeah, but I think he's just not going to hunt, right? Like, he knows that King has the double hunt Mythium. He knows that the wave was very long with the leak, and he's making the right decision here to play it safe.
Yeah, but then he's on 3 workers, you know, for a long wave without a hunt, which is a win in itself.
Yeah,
because now Widderson, again, he has no pressure on him with a double angler opener.
Yeah. Yeah. And things are just already starting to go the way of Kingdanzz and Widderson.
I mean, 6 workers, right? Of course, Shea is also 6 workers with his Pota after getting the snail, so that's good. He's keeping up, but yeah, still.
Yeah, but Widderson is literally double the worker count of Quacker here. And sure, he gets the LOD, but he even miscounted, because he could have pushed another worker way earlier.
Yeah, that's... I think he didn't know if he was going to get 2 snails in income, probably, and then didn't want to risk losing the game on pushing 1 more worker early.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. But again, you know, it's not ideal, and now Widder gets the snails. I think he's just going to be fine with his gargoyle, right? And next he just gets bounty hunter anyway.
I mean, his anglers are dying, but they're full stacks anyway, so he really doesn't mind. And maybe it's a leak, but it won't be a big one, and maybe it's just a full hold as well.
If it's a small leak, then I'm not so sure Shea is going to be very happy.
Oh, he holds. Okay. Yeah, that's probably good for Shea that he holds there, actually. And there's the bounty hunter that we spoke about. Doesn't send here, though.
Yeah, he's putting pressure on Shea because he knows he's fine. And Shea can't push off of the snail anyway. So now Shea has to, like, stay on 6 workers until he gets a send. Double
He's actually going for the archer here. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think it's fine. He doesn't need anything else. But let's see how Kingdanzz does against the double DT with his 3 pack rats and devilfish build.
He just has the power of value, right? Like, he has no damage on this wave, but he just has infinite value, infinite tanks.
Yeah, I think it's fine, but it's not the best build for wave 4 I have ever seen.
It's not the best build for wave 4, but King's probably kicking himself that he didn't treasure hunt 1 here because he held this so easily.
But Quacker greeted really hard. He got no send and held with an under dragon on 20% HP, and that gave him Hermit in income. Yeah, which might be very good against Widderson. So let's see if Widderson can hold here with the Green Devil, or if his greed, you know, comes back to bite him on this wave.
He might end up leaking here. Green Devil obviously very good on wave 5 in terms of damage, and also very good against the Hermit. Like, the Hermit's going to deal 0 damage against that, but the rest of his units are pretty bad here.
Okay, Kingdanzz unhunted one of his rats. He was on 360 value, and probably Widder was probably like furiously pinging him. Hold here, man, hold, because I'm not.
And there's no send against Kingdanzz as well. So now Kingdanzz, it's his turn to flame Widderson. Why did you make me unhunt my pack rat? I get no send. Easy hold.
Yeah. And they are saving for wave 7, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But does Shea read this play, if it is indeed the play, and just full shift for a Trinity Archer? Or an Azaria on wave 6? Yeah? He should, especially looking at Quacker.
It's a really hard call to make.
Yeah, but if you look at Quacker, you know, Quacker has no solution for wave 7. If he gets a slight scent on wave 7, he's dead. So they have they have to do something to protect themselves against the obvious wave 7 play.
Wait a minute. Quacker. Grawl next wave. Hades on 4. Hello? Hades on 7.
Yeah. Given that he's building a green devil, I don't think he's going for the Hades on 7.
That's a shame.
Yeah, and I'm also not so sure it's a great play, but
maybe
it is the best play he has.
Hades on 7 is just unlimited dragons.
Oh, don't. But Shea is shifting, right? He's shifting 50 gold.
That should be enough to get the archer, right? 50 gold shift?
With sending and selling 1 buzz or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but the income sent into Widderson is just so juicy now. They get a long wave. Both get mimics and income. Ooh, Widder might even get an ogre if he chooses to go for one.
Widderson's going to pro league here as well, which is really bad actually for Shea and Quacker.
Yeah, I don't know. How much does he leak though? Is it 3 creeps?
3 creeps, yeah. Maybe. Does he even get this last one? Oh, right.
No way.
50%. Okay. So a bit more than a pro leak, but again, this is just the longest wave in recorded human history, and there's going to be an easy ogre there from Widders.
Yeah, there's the ogre. Kingdanzz does get a mimic here, so there's some counter pressure, but usually this counter pressure is not worth it if you don't get any king damage.
The mimic's not even that good against Kingdanzz, right? Like, he already has those Tempests on the board, upgrades 1 into a Leviathan, he has the Gate Guard as well, so he could have just gone for Harbinger. I don't know. I really don't like the Mimic there from Shea. He could have just gone Income King.
Yeah, I think that would have been the better play, but I think he was already committed in his mind to league Kingdanzz here.
Yeah. He was committed to the Teehee.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta commit to the Teehee.
What I will say is a big problem here is that Shea just, like, he got the Archer, sure, which is amazing this wave, but there's just very few tanks in front of it, and the Priestess doesn't tank for it either.
Yeah, but he's only leaking an Ogre, which is fine.
Yeah,
1 low HP creep. But Quacker is feeding the Mimic with his dragons.
Oh yeah. 15 gold, 18 gold.
But he's doing very, very well.
21 gold.
Yeah. He's doing a lot better than I thought though, but he's also a lot lower workers than anyone else in the game.
27 gold on that Mimic. Kingdanzz is just lapping all the way to the bank.
Yeah. And, you know, Kingdanzz even held his send, so they take king damage on Quacker and Shea. They have less workers. Widderson has a better role scaling-wise with the bounty hunters, so it's looking really good for them. The one thing that Quacker and Shea have going in their favor is that Kingdanzz is playing Cartel. So he will take that, how much is it? 36 income penalty on wave 11. So maybe that's something they can play for.
Yeah, but he absolutely has the build to scale regardless. And he's just going to be pretty comfortably ahead of everybody else by the time wave 11 comes around, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at income, they are now... I mean, if you compensate for Mythium, Kingdanzz is only like 10 income ahead of Quacker and Shea.
But look at this.
Yeah. I think they are very far ahead. I'm just saying that it's not quite as bad as it looks.
Yeah, true.
But this income send is gonna feed Widderson even more.
Oh yeah.
Like he might actually get like 150 stack Kingpin in a tournament game. Because he's pushing again. He's gonna be on 900 value for wave 9.
Yeah.
In a tournament game. King is massively on fire, and Widder is just gonna have Kingpin whenever he chooses to, which is going to be wave 10.
Yeah. I think Widderson can absolutely pat himself on the back here and go for a bit of an enabled, disabled call.
Yeah. But King also saved onto Quacker. It's not like King was incoming every wave.
No. Alright, so everybody's saving their Mythium here, but we do see a very clear advantage on the side of Widderson and Kingdanzz, who both have more than 200 already saved up, and a worker advantage, and a triple pack rat from Kingdanzz as well. Yeah. This is starting to look scary, and here comes a wave 10 send. So Widderson sends the Ogre.
To send here.
Ah, sure, there's Creditor. How did they manage to open their mercenary box?
Yeah. And Quacker is reading the play. He shifted 100 gold and added a Berserker, I think on 8 or 9. I'm not sure when he added it.
And full hunting. Yeah, that's a nice play there from Quacker.
That's
good
a
read.
very good play. That's a very good call in that situation.
Yeah, because you have to feel under the pressure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now he's just gonna get Fatalizer, right? Right, Quacker? Yes, he does. Good.
Keeps his rats above ground, even adds a little harpy for good measure. This should be a very easy hold from Quacker. Very, very easy. Even though like a lot of his value is dead, just the Fatalizer is so strong this wave.
Yeah, Widderson gets the Kingpin, 145 stacks. He can still leak to this end, because it's his only damage unit, and Brutes can kind of ruin it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
the rest
how
of his
King
stuff is very weak here as well for Widderson.
Yeah, King should do fine, because he has the Fire Lord. He's gonna tank the boss pretty long, and then he has very good damage.
I mean, Kingdanzz is plus 75 value with a Leviathan Circle. I think he's just very easily holding here.
Yeah, Shea added a Berserker, but I think he's still leaking.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
That's a pretty big leak there for Shea, but Quacker is holding as expected, although not as well as I thought he would. I thought he'd still have, you know, Fatalizer alive with half of its HP.
Yeah, but he didn't. And Widderson leaks as we said he could.
Yep.
But now everyone just gets
this
free Creditor, right?
Yeah, and they're going to take a lot of King damage actually from Shea's leak on the right hand side.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And I mean, just look at the power scores, look at the worker counts.
Yeah.
Kingdanzz takes the
Predator.
Kingdanzz takes the cartel penalty here, but is still ahead of Shea in income.
Is Shea considering not taking cred? Okay, he's taking cred. Okay. So what's the play now? I mean, I don't. If you're Shea and Quacker, what can you go for? What's a play?
It just feels really hard, right? Because we know they can never one-shot Kingdanzz and Widderson because tenacity is in the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What is their option? They're at 27% King HP. Kingdanzz and Widderson can never die in a single wave, so they can just save their Mythium as long as they want and send whichever wave they decide to send on.
Yeah, I think the only way King and Widder can lose this is if they decide to send within the next 2 or 3 waves.
Yeah, and like give a free hold to Shea and Quacker.
Yeah, and then can get like Heat back or something.
Yeah.
But I think they can just save, especially with Creditor. They will just save past 13. They will probably even save past 15 and just go 16 or something.
Oh, and Quacker's actually leaking the no send here.
Yeah, is he?
One dragon versus one Quilboar.
It's epic rap battles of history.
Oh, it's close.
Oh,
but the Quilboar wins.
Shooter. Damn.
Alright. Kingdanzz and Widderson not feeling threatened by that pro league at all.
No, and Shea is just so far behind. Oof, being in that spot is just so rough, especially in a tournament. You're down 1-0 and you're just having a bad game, you know? It happens to everyone. Even I had bad games in tournaments. You have them all the time.
I've never had a bad game in my life, tournament or otherwise. I think you'll find you maybe take that one back.
It's just it sucks, and you don't know what to do. Okay, Kingdanzz doesn't full shift for his Creditor. He's wasting some gold, so that's good for Quacker and Shea.
Opium.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that Quacker and Shea will just try to save for like 15 or something, but I don't see it working, to be honest.
It's really hard. It's really hard their position right now.
Yeah. Right, no one's sending 13. Is everyone gonna shift for cred? What do you think?
I think Kingdanzz will with his double Leviathan Phoenix.
Yeah.
Widderson is actually not looking that bad here with the Chieftain buffing. It's buffing a Gargoyle, right? Oh, okay, so Kingdanzz definitely not feeling threatened, is shifting for Creditor and building an egg.
Oh my lord, King, don't do it to them.
It's a dying egg though, right? He's sacrificing it here.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my lord.
That's just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it should die to the Polywog split.
Yeah, the Polywog's going to kite the Drill Golems onto the egg. But he knew that.
Yeah, he knew that. This is planned. This is absolutely planned because he's not strong on 14. So he just wants to have more tank value. And they go 14. Okay. I think that's too early from a game theory kind of standpoint because of Creditor and everything. But it's probably just fine because... okay. Quacker and Shea are also sending. Then it's definitely fine.
Yeah. Quacker goes for the Ocean Templar, but the best thing that he can add to his Ocean Templar is King Claw, which is really not the answer that you want to be building on wave 14 against Ascend. It is good against the Needler though, so we can say that much at least.
Yeah, and Kingdanzz, what's the best unit he can build for wave 14? Right, it's
obviously
a second Phoenix.
Yeah, obviously a Phoenix.
My lord. And everyone's on value except for Shea, who's minus 300.
Yeah. And just look at the gap in this send size, by the way. Both teams are sending on the same wave so far, but Shea and Dark Quacker are receiving nearly 200 Mythium more than their opponents. This just really goes to show how far behind they are.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Quacker is doing okay. He might leak small, he might hold, but Shea is just leaking really way too much. They will probably just die to Shea's leak here.
I think Quacker can't 1v1 the Needler as well, so looks like they're Gnargled Worden, and the game is probably going to end here on wave 14.
Get Gnargled, motherfucker. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, a bit of a quick 2-0 victory
semi.
there.
Yeah.
Wait, do they die?
Oh, tenacity. They do.
Abrasiert.
Abrasiert.
Okay, well, congratulations, Kingdanzz and Widderson. They are our first finalists, making it through to the final stage of this January Nova Cup. And what a series, by the way. They just kind of mopped the floor with their opponents, I'm afraid to say. Like, no disrespect to Shea and Quacker, fantastic players in their own right, but Kingdanzz and Widderson just made this series look easy. Absolute got speeders that they are. Yeah,
hats off to them. Coming into semis is always very scary, and then you're being casted, you're nervous, and you know, Shea is a good player, Quacker as well, and they have their pocket strats where they save, and then you make one mistake and then you're behind, and then suddenly you lose the first game, and all these thoughts are on your mind, and they just, pretended it's the easiest thing in the world to 2-0 a semi-finals in a Nova Cup, so congratulations.
There's not much more to say than that. Kingdanzz and Widderson just really showing us why they are the top dogs in the Nova Cup. Very, very well.